Welcome back to Politricks Watch. This is Sir P. Now, you've seen the Ramos video. You've seen the Snake video. Today, we're going to be talking about Fredman, the real leader of the G City gang. You see, enough people think say the Teletubby is some kind of Don. Enough people think say the Teletubby is in control of G City. That is not the case. The reason why people think the Teletubby is a Don is because he is the famous one. He is the popular one. He is more known. He is the face of G City. But it is Fredman who is the leader of G City. You have to go back to G-Man days. G-Man is the brother of the Teletubby. The Teletubby, from him scamming days to him music days, right, was just somebody who used to run money on the organization. And at this point, G City and Unknown was one link, right? Unknown is the Snakes gang. They used to have a common enemy, Waltham Bad Breed. Remember, G City man them, right, and Unknown man them link up together, right? Them get out the youth and name Sorcerer or Ganda and did the video on it. Right? In retaliation, Dante was killed. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of bad blood between Waltham Bad Breed and the G City youth them. But there was a split between G City and Unknown. So right now, there's a three-way war going on. Yes, three. Waltham Bad Breed, Unknown, and G City. They will all make sense to me soon. So I'm telling you all the time, say, all you have to do is listen to the music. The Teletubby have a song named Bullet Head. You also have a next song named Cold Blood, where he shout out the Snake and Fredman. You see, the Teletubby has always been two in the line, right? Because he was trying to appease the two with them on them, right? He was trying to appease Fred, and he was trying to appease the Snake, but this couldn't last for long. You see, go back to Stone Crusher days. When the Stone Crusher youth them did get wiped out one by one, the Snake was abroad, so him avoid no fight. By the time the Snake get convicted and deported, right, Stone Crusher, most of the man them was gone. Eldon Calvert was still around. But by that point, Eldon Calvert was now quote unquote old. I say quote unquote old because badness is a young man's game. As soon as they reach a certain age, new generation of 87s take over, them don't really want it in the talk. So them time there, you have people like Eldon Calvert, Damage, G-Man, Dutch, all them you there. Them dead off one by one. So now the path was clear, right, for the Snake to take over G City. Remember the Snake of Unknown, now he might try to take over G City. So in his final days, G-Man and the Snake did have some problems. The people who round G-Man know this. You see, the Snake was bigger than G-Man in terms of, the legacy of 87 because the Snake come from Stone Crusher days. But now G-Man was a gang leader in his own right, and he had some youth running who don't know or care about the Snake. Fred was one of them you there. Fathead was also around G-Man. So from G-Man dead, there were issues, but the real war never started. Now they're telling them when it really get ugly. June 2021. Some of you may remember, I was constantly warning the Snake. I was telling him, don't bother with the foolishness. Because he will try get right, the younger youth them to fall under film control and submit to his will. The younger youth them say them not take no talk because them are them own bad man and they make them own money and them don't know the Snake badness. And I have to understand how it works in them world. If Sci-Fi or JJ Nakis and them make them come back to life and go to Spanish Town and go to them old community and say them are going to try control the 87s and what they know, them are going to run them way. It no matter how much quote unquote dope you have, it no matter how bad you want to be, the younger generation of youth them are going to say them don't know your badness and them not in the talk. So you're going to either have to leave them alone or go to war with them. That is what is happening with the Snake and Fredman. The real war between the Snake, Unknown Gang, and Fred and G-City started in June 2021. Let me say that again because other people are trying to rewrite history and paint some kind of narrative of this new war will start. There is no new war. Fred and G-City, an unknown gang led by the Snake, right, a war officially from June 2021. The first youth who dead was a youth named Tyran. When Tyran dead, that is what officially, right, set it off. Tyran is from Fred them era, a younger youth for the Snake. The Snake no really know them youth because them no really go around him, them go around G-Man. Right. Just like Fathead, Fred ordered them a G-Man, right, them say, originally. Tyran say, Fred I'm done. Him not take no talk from the Snake. So, the unknown man them killed Tyran. In June 2021, that's when the war started. There was quick retaliation and a youth link to the Snake side named Brown Chops, right, was killed and the war was set in motion. There is no new war here, so anybody who tell you that don't know what going on in a Salt Spring. Tyran was the first official, right, victim. Before that, man I send threat, man I send back word say, them not take no talk, all badness that. Right. Man I send back word say, mind this something to you, you're a little boy, back and forth. But it was Tyran's killing who officially triggered the war, and that war is going on to this day. I was giving warnings, but them time they, enough people never pick up on it. Them time they all me used to say is your favorite producer. By the time the war start in June, couple months after, right, the first Snake video drop in September 2021. Because now the war start, and now, right, my warning day is done. Time to take action. I start telling them about the Snake, I tell them about Fred, I tell them say it will only get worse. So said, so done. I predicted this war. But what people have to understand is it's not just two stamina war, it's three. Because people keep forgetting about Waltham bad breed. The bad blood between the Waltham bad breed with them and the G-City with them, it never really go away. Remember, bad breed with them lose Source and them with them. G-City with them lose Dante and them with them. The Waltham bad breed with them want to kill the Teletubby because of G-Man. From G-Man days, because when G-Man did a war bad breed, Fame killing them was gruesome. Right? The way all used to leave Fame crime scene them, right, to this day, the bad breed with them despise him. But bad breed also, right, would kill the unknown with them because them days it was one link. When them killed Sosa, G-City and Unknown was one link, and bad breed man them remember this. That's why recently, when Onyx dead, it was carried out by Waltham bad breed. So that show you say, a two gang war turned in a three. Waltham bad breed man them, right, would easily kill Unknown. Unknown man them would kill Waltham bad breed. G-City man them will kill Unknown, and Unknown man them would kill G-City. Three-way. Enough of them youth at war now were once friends. Fathead used to dare on Fred, used to dare on G-Man, and now Fathead, right, is with the Snake. It's a complicated war. But the idea say it's some kind of new war. That is not the case. June 2021, the official war start. And from them time me a warn, right, the main protagonist them, and also telling the security forces that the place will get spooky. One of the most recent killings was carried out by the G-City youth them, right? And them kill a youth who linked with the Snake named Mackie. And this is one of the most gruesome killings I've ever seen with a rifle. I'm going to post, right, the picture on Patreon because obviously I can't post this, but I'm going to describe it to you. The youth, none of head. Mackie lay down on the ground and all you see is his neck. But them not cut off him head. Gunshot they use and mash up the youth head completely. There is nothing left, just a neck. Me don't know how much shot you have to give somebody to make them head look like that. But this is an example of how dangerous the GCT youth them can be. So when you say the war is serious, the youth head gone completely. When you look beside him, all you see is spent shell from rifles. So Salt Spring is spooky. And if you go back to the old videos them, but telling you say the place that will get crazy. Remember I predicted this war because I was hearing about the build up between the Snake and Fredman. But you must understand the politics of badness. Because even though there was some disputes right before Tyran did, officially right, this war we're going now start right in June 2021. That's when G-City and Unknown right, start them war. Privately, the two stam and them right, were locked into a war, but publicly, them like go like them a friend. Publicly, enough people think say right, the link was still there. This is why in September 2021, when time I drop the video about the Snake, when you notice who come out and defend him, the Teletubby. This is even though the war had already started. So publicly, because people who don't really know what going on the ground, right, I see the man them and it look like say all is well on the surface. Meanwhile, an entire gang war was being fought between G-City right, and Unknown. And Walter and Bad Breed right, is also involved. Remember, when Onyx lose his life, who is from the Snake side, Unknown side, that was Walter and Bad Breed who carried that out. But this idea that the Teletubby is some kind of done or bring the fire to the Snake is complete nonsense. The Teletubby runner from Jamaica. Him got a show and him get tip off, so when he reach back to Jamaica, the man them kill him and him don't bother touch back Jamaica. Him just head straight to Uncle Sam's place. He did not migrate because he want a change of scenery. He migrate because the man them kill him. And more than one side want to kill him as well. Walter and Bad Breed still don't forgive him for what happened back in the day, like from G-Man days. I was telling the powers that be, the security forces, about this war before it even started. We predict all of this. I'm telling you what was going to happen. From Tyran dead, it's been back and forth, non-stop. The security forces, the government, continue to fail to deal with the situation. Even from last year when time I tell them that this will get ugly. Right? But one thing I realize with Jamaica, people can be done and quote unquote run place and kill who them a kill and extort them a extort and hear all kind of excuse for them can't deal with them. But the moment one of them done there, touch somebody who is considered important, all of a sudden, you see action. Remember Bulby? Right. In his prime, nothing ever happened to him. Them claim to them a look for him and him wanted and Bulby a walk up and down free. Until him step out of line and violate your favorite politicians, that was when them decide say something have to be done about Bulby. The same thing for Waldy. Waldy was seen as untouchable. When him step out of line and touch certain people who was considered important, get rid of him immediately. Tesha, look how long him around clans. Look how much people lose them life when Tesha was done of clans. But look who him go jail for. Taking out the chairman of the JUTC, Douglas Chambers. Of all the people them, right, were dead when Tesha done. Right, that was the straw that brought the camel back. It have to be somebody, right, who them consider somebody. All of a sudden, the same government we can't act before suddenly get things done. You don't find that interesting? You see, as long as your favorite done them, I kill some regular people, some little regular sufferers down the road, then all they get is excuses. But if them touch one strand of hair on somebody right, who's considered very important, then find out who them really serve. And this is not just Moby, This is not just St. Catherine, it's all over Jamaica. Same thing will go on in Augustown right now. I'm telling you recently about River and Jungle 12. People like MMB, right, Zaba and them and them. As long as them not take out nobody who's considered important, they will continue to reign. All them police links, all them politician links, right, I will help them until them touch somebody, right, who is a quote unquote VIP. Then all of a sudden, people who them couldn't catch get catch. People who them couldn't get rid of. Moby, remember last year I predicted 2 divisions, right? I will see an increase in murders. But remember that PIA? We telling us that St. Catherine North I will see an increase because I start for year who will come back on the road. And I'm telling us that when them money touch back the road, I start link with people, St. Catherine North I will get spooky. I'm telling us that Moby I'll get spooky. The government, the security forces, they know everything I'm telling you right now. None of this is any surprise to them. But all we are here is soon. Them tell you say by the end of June, them are going to quell what go on in Western Jamaica. May start, so them have the whole of May and the whole of June. Right now, it's looking spooky. It don't look like it's going to happen. But like we see, if they can back up them talk. But understand how Mobile really set up. The Teletubby is just somebody who run money. Fred is the real rival to the snake. Walter and Bad Breed, right, is the real rival to the snake. Not the Teletubby. Anyway, Patreon Squad, big up on yourself. PIA, you don't know, no life. Vulture Squad, stay circling. Bless.